Media has decentralized to such a degree that anyone can get their opinions from anyone they want. So if there's a guy who firmly believes the earth is both flat and hollow, and in fact is a donut, someone can find that and listen to it. It used to be that you watched what was available.
Yep.
Now, what they've found is their lowest common denominator is not liking Trump. And so whether you're a socialist, a communist, an anarchist, or just some old lady who thinks Trump is a lizard, you will watch content that says Trump is bad. And so that's what he's actually talking about. It's not that the audience is demanding it. It's that nothing else unifies people anymore. There's no general conversation on news and politics. It is, we hate Trump. So every nightly talk show starts with that. This is a really great example because when we were looking at these liberal YouTubers, right now, the Democrats are looking to spend a lot of money on. And you go to like David Pakman or Brian Tyler Cohen, and almost every single video they do is just a photo of Trump and something bad written about him. It'll say Trump shocks audience with unhinged comments. And it's like not even specific. It's just pure hatred of Trump driving these views. And I look at it, I'm like, how do you get 500,000 views on this? Probably the same people watching every video nonstop over and over again. And Sean, who was doing research on this, said, hey, it's every nightly talk show is the exact same thing. Every monologue from Colbert, from Myers, from Fallon, it's always, and Jimmy Kimmel, always the same thing. Here's why Trump is bad. Maybe Trump needs to just lay off the news for a little bit to see what happens to these people. The point is, they don't actually care about Trump. They just know that their ratings are predicated upon if they can say Trump is bad today. Because if they came out and they were, look, I have a couple of videos I did about Katy Perry. Surprisingly, they've got like 500,000 views. And I was like, wow, I don't know. But there was something to talk about. Katy Perry got fired from her Vegas residency or whatever, and they said she lost money. And I'm like, that's actually really interesting for a major celebrity who just went into outer space and all this to be bombing so miserably. More people care about that. The issue for these people is they're addicted to it and they don't know what else to talk about.
Why did Johnny Carson get by with never doing that?
Talking politics?
He talked politics, but he picked on both sides.
Yeah.
He was an equal opportunity offender.
Well, back then, there were very few channels. And so you knew that you were going to have 10 million liberals, 10 million conservatives. And so you had to be for the big tent approach. Here's what I say. I mean, we seem to have no trouble criticizing Donald Trump on this show. We largely like what he does, so it's not like we're just attacking him nonstop for no reason. But when there's things to criticize him for, I know I can give the same examples over and over and over again. In this term, I was skeptical on the universal tariffs. We'll see where we end up with them. In the past term, you had the Tomahawk strikes in Syria. Yeah, people have criticized him for these things. And I criticized him for mocking the journalists getting body slammed, all that stuff. The right is okay with that. You're allowed to make fun of Donald Trump. It's funny. I'll give a shout out to Seamus Coughlin, Freedom Tunes. He makes fun of Trump all the time, and people love it. Mm-hmm. I feel like that energy you're mentioning of Johnny Carson going after both sides, it's just the right now. The left is cultish. You can't.
But their audiences are so much smaller now. Like you pointed out, there was only 3 options back 45 years ago, but now there's hundreds of options for entertainment value. But they deliberately ostracize half of their potential audience. Why would they? I still don't understand why. If you're funny, if you are genuinely funny as a comedian, why would you deliberately do that?
Because you have to, one way or the other.
Is that coming from the editorial board of the
network you work for? No. I'm saying if Seth Meyers came out and said Joe Biden's brain is made of jello, this guy's ridiculous, who would consider voting for a lunatic, then the left would riot against them. The conservatives won't come and watch. The left will riot and stop watching, and their ratings go to 0. So they said, okay, this is the conservatives' fault to a certain degree, and I've complained about this quite a bit. These TV shows. It's like Jimmy Kimmel. What is he getting? A couple 100,000 these days? It's crazy how small their shows have gotten. 10 years ago, they were getting millions. Now they're getting hundreds of thousands. And they're basically saying, look, we went hard against Trump. We bet against him and we lost. If we were to come out now and try and be pro-Trump, conservatives won't watch and liberals will leave. So why do it?
I wonder if the same I wonder if the same kind of calculation will happen when it comes to trying to attract young men. We were just talking about trying to attract young men to the Democrat Party. What happens when young men start coming to the Democrat Party and behaving like young men? Do the does the Democrat Party lose the left, and then the young men realize, oh, this isn't the place for me, and then lose everything?
No, I think that is the path towards correction. So I would say when you look at the Democratic Party, millennial women make up a large component of it right now. They're 2/3 liberal. And the men lean slightly away. It's like 45% of millennial men are Democrat. These numbers changed, but these are the numbers from a few years ago. Millennial men are 55% Republican, 45%, and there's a slight deviation there, liberal. Women are more susceptible to social pressures than men are. So when the official mainstream narrative is weird, woke, psycho garbage, you are likely going to find that women adhere to those narratives more than men do, and because of their feelings, not because of the facts. Men are going to be more aggressive and obstinate, and they're going to adhere to facts, things they believe to be true, and argue. If the Democrats started to bring men in and let them speak, it would create social pressures where more women would move over to their line of thinking. They'd still be liberals because you'd have masculine, aggressive, liberal men, not like Hassan. I mean, actually like politically moderate liberal types who are going to say things like, we don't want to trans the kids, but we do need to secure our borders. And we do need, like I think taxes on the wealth, on the rich makes sense. Bring a guy in who says that and is charismatic, and you'll see women start adopting those views and abandoning the weird woke ideology stuff. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.